Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Lord Jesus Christ. The fathers of the church, fathers like St. Maximus, St. Simeon, the new theologian, they tell us that the eye of the body, that the body has eyes because the soul sees. The body has a mouth because the soul needs to communicate. The body has hands so that the soul can experience and move in the world. And so the eyes of our eyes are physical eyes. They bring light into the soul, both literally and metaphorically. We look upon things and we desire. We open our eyes and our soul guides where the eye goes. What does your eye gaze upon? What is the thing that you put your attention to? Now more than ever, we live in a time in which the gospel is increasingly taking out of its metaphorical and, if you will, symbolic state. It's become more and more literal. Years ago, a woman would look at a catalog, look at paper, desire the things in the catalog. A man would hear the whir of an engine and look at the car passing by and desire it. But now we have false light. Now we have digital light, literal light in which our attention is taken. We look at our phones, we look at houses, we look at cars, we look at other people's bodies, we begin to desire. And this false light brings us much darkness. It causes us many things. The worst of all is envy. And this false light brings such a darkness that the real eye, our nous, which the fathers will call the eye of the heart, the nous is the real eye in which we see reality, true reality, not the false reality that we are all unfortunately seduced by. This eye, the nous, becomes dark. It becomes unable to see reality as it is. It becomes unable to see God. And so our prayers, if we pray, they become hollow. The new God, small g, man. We begin to desire the power of this world, the ease of this world, the pleasures of this world. And we will, unfortunately, put a religious veneer on it. We'll say, well, no, the Lord wants me to have this because blah, blah, blah. Which Lord? Which Lord wants you to have that? Perhaps it's the Lord Mammon. Unfortunately, so many of us are becoming accustomed to bending our knee to. The beauty of the church, the marble, the mosaics, the icons, the wood, it's a different kind of beauty. It's the kind of beauty that needs to be seen with the true eye. We look upon the beauty of the church to remind us of something else. True beauty. This is why, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes, monasteries and the developed monasteries began to become more and more associated with nature. Monasteries were not always in nature. They were not always in deserts. Constantinople, which was a metropolis, was filled with monasteries. But in time, we began to understand that the contemplation of nature brings us the same type of grace many times as contemplating the wood in the church, and the marble in the church. It reminds us of the heavenlies, the stability of the heavenly kingdom. This kingdom which is not fickle. It doesn't go away depending on what our tastes are. The marble of the church, the wood of the church, the icons reminds us the beauty of God in his countenance, the sublime smoothness of the angels, and that light reflects, true light reflects and penetrates. So my brothers and my sisters, you all know what I'm saying to you. Let us move away from the false light just a little bit. Let's realize that the coldness in our hearts, the deadness in our prayers is not because God is absent, it's because we're not present. We may be there in body in the corner with our prayer book open. We may be in body here in the back of the temple or in the front of the temple, but we're not here. We're not present. Our real eye is out there, gazing, looking upon, seeing what it wants. Train your real eye to want life. You don't have to look any further than him. There is life. And in that light, in his light, you shall receive life. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.